guys, welcome to day 7 of our challenge, Getting Fitter and Stronger. You have made it, and today we are focusing on our glutes and our hamstrings. So get ready to join me down on the mat in just a minute. Alright guys, are you ready to get going? Welcome to this beautiful scenic area. Made it out to the country today, and I'm in the Loire Valley. So you are looking at a lovely chateau behind me called Amboise. Super little charming village. Anyways, enjoy the scenery as we move today and work on our glutes and our hamstrings. You will need your overball, and we are going to start standing, getting that blood circulating and moving. So I'm just going to put my ball off to the side, and let's actually just start by just running in place. So bring your arms up by your sides, just like you're running or jogging in place, and just kind of start to go back and forth. It smells good here. All the flowers are out and it smells really good. All right, so just getting that blood moving and going wherever you might be coming in from, or whatever time you might be joining and tuning in. All right, let's start to bring those heels a little bit higher, back towards the glutes. I don't know why this feels really good right now. I'm like running on low energy. You know how you just have some of those days and you're like, I need caffeine, but wait, it's not good for me. I just need exercise. All right, kick your heels back up towards your glutes. Lean it forward slightly. Kick up the tempo a little bit. And here we go. Just breathing. So really rebound off your toes. Let's go for 10 more. 5, 2, and 1. Hold it still. All right, my hair's already falling out on me. I want you to bring your hands to your waist, step one foot way back behind you, bring it down into a lunge. And from here, we're going to lunge up and bring this back knee up to our chest and come back into a lunge, all right? So pick a spot that's not moving in the room, so you can work on your balance as you do this. And especially me, who's on a little bit of a slant. Good. Really powerfully send that back leg up and forward. For 3 and 2. Whoa. 1. Step it straight down. You're gonna lunge it back with the other leg. Stepping it down and ready. Here we go. Bring it forward and through and back. Really powerful with that back leg. That's it. Keep a good tempo. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it down. Here you go for 20 jumping jacks. 20, and 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2, and 1. Gonna make you guys do extra. All right, come to seated on your mat, facing forward. Let's bring the ball in between your knees, and you're gonna sit your hips or your seat just about in the middle of your mat. Bring your feet sit bones apart, and you have a choice. Your fingers either face out to the side or face forward, okay? I'm gonna go for facing mine forward. I want you to squeeze in on this ball. Take a big inhale here. With an exhale, I want you to squeeze your glutes And press your hips up towards the ceiling, expanding the chest. And then inhale and just touch your seat down to the floor. And lift and touch down. Lift and touch down. Lift and touch down. As you lift, I want you to pull the belly button back behind you. Lift and down. We go for 4 and 3 and 2. On this one, hold on, bring it down, scoot your feet, if you're like me, in a little bit more forward. So when your knees come up, you're right over your ankles, lift it right back up. And now up here, I want you to lift your heels, set them down, lift up and down, squeezing on that ball. We go for 8, 7, 6, 5, keep those hips high, 4, 3, 2, last one, and sit it all the way down. Good job. All right, we're gonna lie it down on your back. You wanna go ahead and just scooch your seat forward. Let's keep the ball in between your knees. Go ahead and lie all the way down. Bring your arms long by your sides. Walk your feet in just slightly toward your glutes. Give yourself a really good squeeze on that ball. And then once you've established that squeeze, I want to make sure your feet are lined up. Keep that squeeze. With an inhale to prepare, exhale, and slowly squeezing the glutes. Press those hips up towards the ceiling. Careful that you keep your ribs down so the whole upper back is on the ground. And then roll it down, maintaining the same squeeze on the ball. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, squeeze, round and lift it up. And then with an exhale again, rolling it back down, just articulating that spine. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the ball. I want you to think of squeezing that ball with your glutes, right? So clearly we're bringing our inner thighs, our adductors into play here. And clearly we're working on our hamstrings, but by really bringing your concentration more into your glutes, we won't fall into those hamstrings. And I've said this before, but it will help you to just have more focus on the glutes, and don't worry, the hamstrings are getting worked. All right, I want you to just walk your feet in slightly, and we lift the heels up together, lower them down. Every time you lower your heels, I want you to try and lift your hips higher. 8, 7, 6, and 5, and 4, 3. Tuck your tail for 2. Keep it tucked 1. Heels go down. Alternate your heel lift. One up and then the other. Up and down. Keeping the squeeze. Don't let your knees go out to the outside. That's it. We go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Walking it out for 1. And then keep your heels lifted as you roll it down, articulating that spine. Good job. Take that ball away, set it just to the side of you, and keep your position here. Take an inhale to prepare. We're gonna go right back up into that bridge. Exhale, round it up, lifting the hips. Tuck your tail at the top to make that pubic bone almost higher than your hip bones. And now we're gonna walk it out here up top. So you're gonna bring your right leg up to a tabletop. Bring that foot back down. Press the whole length of your arms down into the floor as you lift the left leg. Lower down. Press into that left foot as you lift the right leg. Lower. Press down to lift up. Almost think of floating that free leg up. Make sure there's no change in the body, and definitely make sure you're not losing the engagement through the glutes. So really think, tuck your tail. That's gonna help find that place. Lift and lower. Good. We'll go for 5 and 4 and 3. Tuck that tail for 2. One more. And now roll your spine down all the way together. Grab a hold of your ball. You're going to roll yourself, and I want you to bring your ball towards the end or the front end of your mat. It's going to go underneath your feet. So Rolling back down, bring your feet together, legs together on top of that ball. So really squeeze your knees together, press down on that ball, and lift the hips. No more articulation. We lower the hips straight down, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips up. Lower down, squeeze to lift. Lower, squeeze to lift. Squeeze your knees, inner thighs together. Use your arms to press down to help you lift up. And we go for 3 and 2 and 1 more. Good job, you did it. All right, take that ball and bring it in between your ankles. Lengthen your legs straight up to the ceiling. We're gonna go into our rollovers. If straight legs are not available because of tight hamstrings, you can do the same with bent knees. Here we go, let's point your toes, squeeze that ball, and let's roll it up and back, bringing the legs just parallel over to the floor. Flex your feet as you roll it back down, nice and slow, pressing those arms back into the ground. Point the toes, lengthen your legs away from you first. Lift the legs back up, peel the pelvis off your mat, and round it back. Keep the squeeze on your ball as you flex your feet, and roll it down. 1 vertebra at a time. Reach the spine nice and long away from you. Point the toes, lower the legs. And again, lift up and roll it back. So, in between strengthening those hamstrings, we also need to lengthen them. So that is why we've just now taken it into our rollover to just get a little bit of length back there in between all of that contraction type work. Rolling it down. From here, I want you to grab the ball with one of your hands. Legs come together. Both hands hold onto the ball. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, round head, neck, and shoulders up. I want you to split the legs and pass the ball behind the leg that's lifted. Then scissor change, pass the ball. Scissor change, scissor change. Let's take it a little bit quicker. Good. Keep your gaze right in between the inner thighs. So warming up our core a little bit here. Important that it always remains our stabilizer in everything that we do. Right? Good. You can even flex your feet to get more length into the backs of those legs. We go for 2. Last one each way. Put your ball down and go ahead and lie your head back down onto your mat, bringing your feet down. We're gonna take it into some single leg bridges. So let's keep both feet down. I want you to lift your hips straight up towards the ceiling. Find that tuck of your pelvis again. And then let's lift the right leg straight up. Flex the foot. Here we go. Hips go straight down, lift back up. Down and lift. We go for 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it up. Point the toe, lower the leg down, flex to lift. Point to lower, flex to lift. I want you to think of your left glute. Squeeze it underneath you and keep those hips on the same level in space. 2, 1. Bend it in, put the foot down. We're keeping the hips up. You're gonna lengthen your left leg straight up towards the ceiling, flex the foot. Hips go down, hips lift up. Down, lift. 4, lift. 3, lift. 2, lift. 1, lift. Point your toe, lower the leg, flex the foot to lift. Point to lower, flex to lift. Keep your arms strong underneath you, helping you hold that body up. Think of your right glute. Don't fall into that right hamstring. Go for 2, 1. Bend the knee, bring that foot down. Articulate your spine down. Ooh. All the way down, and then give your legs a little shake out. Good job, you guys. You're going to just flip it over like a fish onto your belly, all right? So turn right around, and we're going to bring one hand on top of the other, and then you'll bring your forehead down on top of your hands. And then you'll bring your forehead down on top of your hands. I'm gonna move this ball so you guys can see. Okay, so coming to this position here, we are going to work on some flutter kicks with our legs. Open your legs to hip width apart. Flex your feet, toes are down in the floor. I want you to float the fronts of your quads off of the mat. If you need to float your face up from your hands, that's perfect. From here, I want you to just lift one leg up and then the other leg. Just alternating. It doesn't look drastic. It doesn't look like much, but the idea is that you're trying to pull the legs up and away from you more really than you're trying to bring them down. So when I bring my legs back down, I'm letting them float, keeping the thighs still lifted from the floor. That's it. With a flexed foot, we're pulling that heel up behind us, which really gets into our glute max. All right, lower it down. I don't know why, but that one always heats up nice and quick. Let's go ahead and lift the chest here so we can get just a nice little upper back extension. So don't come off your ribs. Stay on your low ribs down on the mat, but just draw your shoulders down your back and expand your chest. Go ahead and turn your feet out. Heels are facing towards each other. Toes out. Lift the legs back up off the mat. And we're going to squeeze together and open. Squeeze, open, close, open, close, open. We go for 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Pull the belly up and in underneath you for 8, 7. Really squeeze those legs together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and lower it down. Good job. Before we sit up from this position, I want to take it into just a little bit of swimming. So lengthen your arms long by your ears, palms face in, and here we go. Lift opposite arm, opposite leg, and alternate. Inhale, exhale. It's like your 100 breath. That's it. Breathe it with me. Five, 3. Last one. And sit it back into child's pose. Good job, you guys. Just bring your hips back over your heels. Knees stay wide and open. Stretching that lower back. And then from here, we are going to bring that little ball just behind us. So you can even sit onto it. Okay, let's bring your feet back to parallel and your legs are just hip width or sit bones apart. Sorry, fixing my crazy hair. We're gonna bring it into just kind of like lifting the hips up. So really opening the fronts of your hips, your hip flexors, and we're gonna really engage that glute max. The ball is great here, ultimately because it's really more comfort, but if it's hard for you to sit on your heels because of the knee flexion, this can help. Otherwise, if this is not available at all, go back into doing bridges. Okay, arms are gonna be reaching out in front of us, palms face in. We lift it up, squeeze the glutes at the top and bring it back down. Lift and squeeze and down. Lift and squeeze and down. So the same thing that when we are laying down and we bring our hips up to the top and I say tuck your tail, you really want to find that connection here where you're almost trying to pull your pubic bone up to your nose. So I don't know why, but I like to think of a string sort of being attached and pulling sort of this piece into this like elongated contraction. It's not like you come here, right? Because that would be rounding the spine. You keep the spine nice and elongated, but you're getting a deeper engagement of that glute max behind you. That's it. All right, I'm so sweaty. It's been such a hot day. Hold it up here. All right, and I want you to reach your left hand back for your heel. Grab a hold of it if you can, or onto the ball. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Give yourself a nice stretch here. Breathing, and then reach that left arm forward. Right arm reaches back. You can bring it onto the ball or onto a heel. Left arm reaches up. Press the hips forward, squeeze the glutes. Give yourself just a nice chest opener here. Little twist. Come back forward. You can take that ball away from your feet. Bring it up to standing. And we're gonna finish just kicking our heels back up to our glutes. So start to run it in place. So it's nice sometimes to start standing and then finish standing. So it keeps our energy going, and whatever you have to do for the next task of the day or the next project of the day, you're like, I'm ready, I can do this. All right, let's do heels to your glutes. Kick it up, lean forward, and breathe it out. Moving your arms, right, bringing your body back into that vertical position. We take it for 10, and 8, and 6, and 4, and 2. Last one, and then just bring it down. Good job, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Thanks so much for joining. Again, I hope you're enjoying it, and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye. I hope you guys are enjoying this challenge, and if you are and you would love to see more, I invite you to come to my website at goneadventuring.com. The link is in the description of this video. Register for free, and like I said, it's a countdown to the launch of a full video subscription website with all sorts of workouts that you can do on your time at your pace. So join me, and I'll see you soon.